Colts finally did it, huh? The Colts finally did it, huh? Hmm. What up, Bryce? Bryson. Marshman, what's going on? Sam's our future starter? Hey, man. That's what they wanted to do. That's what they did. Sam Ehlinger. He's the guy. That's who they called. Sam Ehlinger is going to be starting for the rest of the season. So there you have it. I mean, to be honest, for this move to happen, I mean, I don't really see any bright spots about it. I mean, you finally giving Sam a chance, so I guess that's good news. I guess. What's good, Demetrius? Sam Ehlinger starting QB diehard. What up, J Bar? The head coach? Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. That's the biggest issue to me personally. It's not just Matt Ryan to me. I think the head coach has the way bigger issue. I think he's a way bigger issue. He said, young talent, mobile QB, and he has a good pocket presence. I would take it. Do you like the idea or no? I mean, at this point, I don't think it changes the outcome of the season. Like I said, we still have other issues more than just the QB play. So I don't think they really change the outcome of the season. Can he win you a few games? Maybe. It depends. Like, I mean, we haven't even seen him take a real official NFL snap until next week against Washington. So I would love to see how he does against that. And we still don't have an offensive line rotation that we can trust at least. So I don't know how that'll work. Ballot too. Facts, Sarah. Frank Reich can hit the road and don't come back. I agree. He said, I need a new head coach and possibly a new GM if we don't make the playoffs. Enough is enough. Yeah. Sam may not be our future quarterback, but he deserves these looks. Yeah, I agree. You like Sean Payton as the head coach? Eh, I mean, he's kind of like another Frank Reich, if we're being honest. It's kind of like another Frank Reich. Tanking for a high draft pick, yeah. I mean, we can trade assets for a high draft pick too. We don't have to just tank. So, like I said, we can trade away if we got to trade away. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get that quarterback. So, I mean, at this point, we have enough talent on this roster to trade away to get a higher pick. Who would you trade away though to get that high pick? If it comes down to it, I trade anybody. I don't care. I still think we got one of the best teams in the NFL as far as draft. We just can't get a top 10 QB. Give me the Miko Ryans. Yeah, that was crazy though. Like earlier in the year when we got Matt Ryan, It was talking about how he can be here 2+ years, and that's just not the focal point right now. They talked about it overnight, and I guess Matt Ryan was the scapegoat to this situation of why the offense came with the chains. I'm tired of offensive minded coaches. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Demetrius. I'm tired of offensive minded coaches because it gets us nowhere. We look like the Browns. It's sad. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't look I don't look over it too much, like as an overreaction. them benching him, I guess it was best for business. But like I said, we're still going to be trying to go get get a future QB in the draft anyway. This draft is probably your best shot. The last 3 seasons, there wasn't really any QB worth drafting, in my opinion, to get you like to be the franchise guy. Bring back Tony Dungy, he ain't going nowhere. JT will last forever. Thought we was a win now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Jonathan Taylor looked pretty decent in the last game. He got like 32 snaps and probably only got like 16 reps out of it, something like that. I mean, he could have been fed more in the last meeting against the Titans, but head coaching game plan it just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. I just thought it was crazy. But yeah, I definitely feel like Matt Ryan was the scapegoat in this situation. Like I said, I feel like he was a scapegoat in this situation. I think changing QBs still doesn't solve the issue. It's kind of like the whole right tackle scenario. I mean, Brady Smith's there, he's struggling. Quentin Nelson, left guard, struggling. You got Matt Pryor, left tackle to begin with, he's struggling. So you move him to right guard in the middle of the season, and his whole technique and everything is off. So that doesn't help. And he struggles at right guard. So then you put in Danny Pinter. And then at left tackle, you bring in Dennis Kelly, who's usually a right tackle, but he can play both. Doesn't solve the issue still. Yeah, I mean, Frank's been here for a very long time. I don't think many people understand that. He's been here for a very long time, and he hasn't really done much in his tenure as a head coach. So it's like, how much more do you take? How much more do you take as him as a head coach? I think he should have been gone a long time ago. But like I said, in this process of head coaching, with him under it, they've used other players as scapegoats, or they use other people as scapegoats to hold over the Ballard and the Frank Reich's, downfalls, which is just unacceptable, honestly. You mentioned how all chips you are, how you all chips in. Is Sam Ellinger the chips? That's the question. Is the chips Sam Ellinger? And if he was, why did it take so long for you to put him in? That's the real question. If he's the real guy for the rest of the season, why did you take so long to put him in? And why did you get Nick Foles? Why did you waste that cap space on Nick Foles just not to use him? He's just going to be a backup for the rest of the year. I mean, Sam Elliott took his backup spot like 3 weeks ago. Like, why is Nick Foles here? Why do you have two guys holding up cap space on your roster that you didn't trust to begin with? I don't understand that. And yet, still, in these off seasons, you don't get the talent that's out there in free agency. You draft players. Of course, you build through the draft, but in free agency, there's talent all over the place for 3 years, and you don't get talent. And yet, you just go with the guys you have. You trade away key pieces, and the guys you bring in still don't produce what you want them to produce. Dave said, blow it up and bring in a new decision maker. I know Ballard and Reichardt's respected around the league, but those two players that are around 500 since they've been together. Is it the coach, or he doesn't have the QB he wants last year? He had once in the Colts with ninth in scoring offense. I mean, he was bad too, personally. I think it's just the coach. If we continue to lose games, I definitely think there will be a head coach change. I think it's going to be a change anyway. Matt Ryan is injured, but they said they were going to bench him regardless. No, Nick Foles isn't injured. I don't think he's injured. Just make the hard decisions. Told you that's on Ballard. Yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah, he was on the inactive list because he's not the backup. We don't want to have three quarterbacks on the roster during the games. The official backup was Sam Ehlinger, and now they just moved Sam Ehlinger to starter, which makes Nick Foles. I guess he's going to be the backup. I went to the Colts game when we had Wentz versus Seahawks blow us off the first game, and I knew that Wentz was a mistake. Our defense looked good. Our defense always looked good. Nick Foles is QB too. Exactly. What are my thoughts? Like I said, the QB situation, getting Matt Ryan, of course, it was cool. I didn't really have high hopes. I knew he was gonna be QB1. Like he played pretty decent to me, pretty decent for a 37-year old. Out of this whole quarterback controversy, I think Philip Rivers was probably the best out of all of them. But Matt Ryan, he has his moments. But like I said, in general, the team, the offense was just it was always been the issue, no matter who you had at quarterback. So like I said, it wasn't really anything he could do. Of course, he threw picks and man, of course he fumbled, but like he fixed the fumbling issue. So I mean, then it just came to actual gameplay, and the gameplay wasn't there. Last week against the Titans, you didn't use the tight ends at all. The first time we played the Titans, Marley Cox had 2 touchdowns. So I mean, I think that goes down with the game plan more than anything. So I think we should put Nick Foles in instead for what? I mean, like we're not winning a lot of games with any quarterback on this roster. We should have made this move before getting Matt Ryan. What, Sam Ellinger? What, y'all think Sam Ellinger's the answer? Sam Ellinger is not the answer. I just want to let y'all know that now. You think the other Colts players, like the O line, wanted Matt Ryan in the first place? Seems like the locker room loves Sam Ellinger. Well, Sam Ellinger is a home guy, so I mean he's been there since he got drafted. I'm pretty sure he had a better relationship with all the guys besides Matt Ryan. I mean Matt Ryan's a competitor. He wants the best out of you anyway. So I mean you can rub it the wrong way or take it how you want, but I'm pretty sure that's what reality was. I think I think I think Matt Ryan won the locker room over Steele. I think it was more like on game plan. It just fell flat on our faces week after week. I don't think it had anything to do with Matt Ryan. Of course, this goes back to the head coach. Yeah, of course, yeah, of course you can see what he got. There's nothing wrong with that. Sam has the it factor. How? From what? What has he shown you? The preseason? Let's see. Where did I go at? Oh, the college game at Texas. We're not using college in the NFL. We are not using college in the NFL. We are not. We are not. We are not. How else do you think anyone else gets an opportunity in the league? What do you mean? Patrick Mahomes didn't start until a season or two after he was drafted. I mean, but they were in a good position with Alex Smith. So I mean, it's next man up. That has nothing to do with right now. It was a late night conversation. If they didn't have that conversation late night, Sam Ehlinger wouldn't have started. And I think they should have addressed the offensive line issues before they addressed the quarterback. Like the right guard isn't a right guard. The left tackle isn't a left tackle. The center is playing poorly, but you want to make a quarterback change. I find that hilarious. We want answers. Let's look at our history. All our good quarterbacks came out the draft. We're gonna have to work in the draft to fix this or make a big trade for a young good quarterback. No. I'm tired of trading for young QBs. Or I'm tired of trading for QBs in general. So at this point we have to go get one out the draft. Yeah, our left tackle is the right tackle either. Exactly. I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. This offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. I think we should trade a Q. I think we should trade for a good draft pick next year to get a new QB. So trade Matt Ryan. All that draft capital. I mean, all that money he got on his contract. I think he should just retire. I don't think we should trade that away. You know how much of a hole he put us in. We have lacked one of those traits with everybody except Phillip Rivers. Wait, what trait? Leader trait? Matt Ryan's a good leader. You ready for the season to be over? So am I. So am I. So am I. Like this season has gone nowhere. I mentioned how we probably was potentially trolling, well not trolling, but tanking at the beginning of the year, and now it's just comedy to me right now. You would rather have Rivers one more year? I agree. Me too. Definitely would have Rivers more one more year. I think Rivers was pretty decent. I mean, his throwing motion was pretty off, and that's kind of where I got to with the point with Matt Ryan when they mentioned his shoulder. I was like, I mean, Phillip Rivers threw with a bad arm, so I mean, I guess if he can do it, he can do it. So I don't know, but I just felt like the chemistry was there with Frank and Rivers because they knew each other so well. Matt Ryan was just a plug-in guy. He was available, the last option, I might add, which is the same scenario from last season with Carson Wentz, was a last-minute option. So they did what they had to do. So they just had us stuck with Matt Ryan, and then the nature played its course. All those turnovers. Like I said, I really feel like Matt Ryan was scapegoated. Like I said, I don't think Matt Ryan played up to par. I don't think he was the best quarterback out there, but I definitely think he was scapegoated because that's not the real issue for the Indianapolis Colts. It's not. Just clean house so you can get Sean Payton now. That is all chips in. I mean, we'll have to trade for him now. I think we'll have to trade for that quarterback. For the coach because I think he's still under contract if we come back. Colts lost. I can't watch any other games. Makes me sick. Greg Doyle asked right at the hard hitting question. Pretty much said that that's the move. They feel like they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they don't. They don't know what they're doing. We should have traded two first for Matt Stafford. I think everybody knows how much of a fan I was for that Matthew Stafford trade. I wanted Matt Stafford so bad, and the same year he won a Super Bowl. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to me. Yeah, I think Sean is under contract. So you really want to trade for a head coach? You know how low you got to be to trade for a head coach? That's actually pretty funny. I would not do that. We just gonna have to ride this year out, man. As sad as it is, we're gonna have to ride this year out with what we got. It ain't saying much, but hey, it is what it is. It's just reality at this point. It's just reality at this point. Sending out tweets. So how do y'all think? How many games y'all think Sam Ellis is going to win at quarterback? That's the real question. How many games do you think he can win at QB? You just brought up a good point. This is the second time we waited at the last minute, so we had to take to get QB. It's BS. Should have been the first thing they did before anything else. I know. I know. I definitely know. You think 6 wins? I think Matt Ryan can be good, but this O line, but yeah, still a 4 max. Yep, give him 5. It's not bad. It's some good numbers right there because it's definitely in the range of what I'm thinking. Who is he winning against is the real question. Let's look at the rest of the schedule. Let's look at the rest of the schedule for Sam Ehlinger at QB. All right, here we go. All right, here's the schedule, y'all. So he plays the Commanders, then he plays the Patriots. He plays the Raiders after that, the Eagles, bro. The Steelers. We all know how we are against the Steelers. He plays Dallas, then he plays the Vikings, then he plays the Chargers, Giants, and then the Texans again. Like, I don't think it's an upset versus the Chargers because the Chargers haven't really been playing good football. Yeah, Patriots. So I think he can beat the Commanders. He can beat the Patriots. I don't think they should last the whole season, but I think it's possible. I don't think he'll get fired mid-season because it's kind of like a waste. So I'll probably just get rid of him at the end of the year. Probably just get rid of him at the end of the year. We can still make the playoffs? You think so? You know what the odds have to be for that to happen? You know what the odds have to be for that to happen? We have to have so many teams lose just for us to even try to sniff that. I don't like I said, I don't really trust Sam Ehlinger leading us to the playoffs. We gotta beat Washington? Yeah. We definitely have to. Definitely have to. it's gonna be a roller coaster. So y'all just gonna have to strap in and see whatever happens happens. Like I said, I'm not counting out Sam, but it's gonna be a miracle if he can pull this off. Oh, Jim Irsay tweeted. He said we got a big we. This will be a big Sunday at Lucas Oil. Sam make his first start, and Tyreek going to the Ring of Honor at 4:15. Do you go after Eric the Enemy? Eh, you could. Matt Ryan was terrible. He wasn't the best. He was better than Wentz though. Wentz would give you like 70 yards total offense. Considering if we win next week and either the Bengals or the Dolphins lose, we are the seventh seed. Yeah, but like, do we really want to face the Bills? You know you're celebrating. Yeah, I know you're celebrating. Play Sam in the regular season and play Nick in the playoffs. All right, let's calm down. We ain't getting that Nick Foles. This is a new year. We can definitely make the playoffs if we win the next two and have the ability to be 7th to 6th. Beat the Commanders and the Patriots. But what about the rest of the games? It's a very tough schedule. Ain't that tough? All right. Dallas with Michael Parsons and this terrible offensive line. Bro, Carson Wentz is trash. Please stop. Please stop. Both of them suck. Like, don't get me wrong, both of them suck. But if you asking me which one I would take, Jesus Christ. Both of them suck, but I would never, never pick Carson Wentz over Matt Ryan. Never. Never. What was that? These guys are talking playoff scenarios. We have to win this. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, what? I see us possibly winning maybe three out of the last out of the rest of the year. 3 games. Well, four, three in the possible. Sam is at his best under pressure. Oh my god. We haven't seen this dude play an NFL snap. If we're relating to preseason or college football, please knock it off. Please knock it off. We sound like a bad woman when it comes to a QB. He's not as bad as the last guy. Yeah, like, oh, well, look, this trash is better than this trash. Well, they're both trash still, so but this trash is better. Like, no, I don't think it works that way. Yeah, are these guys playing bad and think Sam is it? Like I said, he has potential. We get to see what he does, but I think in reality, we're not making the playoffs. I think that's just reality. I feel like the Titans is going to win the division. The Colts are probably going to be maybe 3 games back, 4 games back of making the playoffs because the AFC is loaded. I will see. Okay, just imagine we got rid of the best QB all time with years left on his body. Go Colts. Who got rid of him? Who? We didn't get rid of anybody. If you're talking about Peyton Manning, he had years left. I don't think so. We might not make the playoffs, and to be fair, all these NFL teams right now are suspect. Sam will get us 4 wins. Hey, I hope he proves me wrong. You blame Andrew Luck? Yeah, in totality, yes. Yeah, I hope he proves me wrong too. But like I said, I'm not putting all my stock in on him on a third string quarterback that hasn't seen a snap. I mean, like, can he give us a Taylor Heinicke run? Yeah, sure. But Taylor Heinicke lost in the first round of the playoffs as well. So how exciting was that? Like I said, I would love to see what he does at QB. But yeah, it's gonna be a rough little run. I believed in him. I mean, he's QB1. No way they benched him. Yeah, they benched him. Sam Ehlinger is a starting QB for the rest of the year. Let me find the tweet. Here it is. Yeah, there's the post on Colts.com right there. Matt is injured too. They said the injury had nothing to do with it. They was gonna bench him anyway, which is tough. Payton played lights out in Denver, but it didn't show up on paper like it did. I mean, he didn't have. I know. I mentioned the offensive line. I said Matt Ryan was scapegoated, so that's kind of the norm in Indy right now. You just scapegoat players and call it a day, or scapegoat whoever you want and call it a day. This isn't the first rodeo. This isn't the first rodeo when the Colts got rid of somebody for no reason and just put somebody else in, like head coaching staff, QBs. I mean, to be honest, like the Colts even traded Rocky Sin, who's playing lights out this year, for Yannick Ngakwe, which was tough because Rock was a young star, and I still harness this day. Sam Ehlinger brings mobility and also well needed a spark to the locker room. Oh, great mobility! Yes, way to go. Can he do anything with the mobility? Do we still have an offensive line? I mentioned this. I said I don't know any quarterback that can see any type of success with this offensive line that the Colts have. I don't see it with the Sam because like a year from now. I don't think he'll be starting in a year from now, so I don't think it matters. The Titans beat us because they have a better O line and they have a better head coach. Don't forget that part. The Titans have a better head coach too, so it's very easy for them to come in and lock in against us to beat us. The Colts were never really locked to begin with. What's up, Mark? Said, watch the preseason highlights. You do no. I'm not watching preseason highlights to give me a vouch for Sam Ellinger. I'm not doing it. Preseason has nothing to do with the regular season. Please stop telling me to do that. I'm not. I'm not doing that. No, the Titans beat us because they're a better coach and better prepared. I agree. I bet if Matt Ryan went to the Chiefs, Andy Reid, he wouldn't be benched. Want to bet? Um, I don't think Andy Reid can just plug in any quarterback and be successful with it, especially with the past experiences that the QB has. Like poor offensive line plays a mental toll on the QB. So I don't think that would do anything helping Andy Reid when you go get him. Plus, he's not mobile. He's darn almost 40. Like, we got to cut that out. Preseason has dudes that don't even make the NFL plan. Lord. Yeah, the Titans were better. They still are a better team. It sucks to say that because the division was winnable, but the Colts got outperformed again. And to think that the game was winnable, only lost by 9 points. Could you figure that? The game before that, we only lost by a touchdown. But again, we didn't. The game plan had a big issue to why we lost this game. Matt Ryan's being scapegoated. He didn't play his best, but the coach didn't help the scenario. And even Frank Wright admitted, he said that on the pick six, it's his fault. I will pull it up if you want me to. Let's go. Twitter. No, Twitter. Bro, I don't care about the preseason. That's not the regular season. Here it is. Look, he says here, and I quote, Frank Reich on Matt Ryan's pick six. I didn't help him. It was second and long. The play before, I was arguing with the official over the face mask. Got the play call in late. Normally, I get it in really fast. I got the call in a little bit later than normally I do. Then the Titans came into pressure. Look, Ryan wanted to check out of it because he knew the blitz was coming, but we didn't have time to check out of that. That was a tough situation. My question is, why didn't they just call a timeout? So again, Matt Ryan is scapegoated out of this situation. Like, what are we doing here? I feel like Matt Ryan is being scapegoated. And I hope when Matt Ryan retires, he just goes out exposing the Colts. I hope he does. I hope he exposes the Colts. I hope he does. All I'm saying is Sam is not had one snap as a starting quarterback, give him a chance. Look at Rush and Zach. I really wish we would stop comparing these other quarterbacks to our scenario and what the Colts are going through. The Colts are not the Cowboys. The Colts are not the Patriots. Like the Colts have been struggling for 5 years. Like, like they've been struggling for 5 years, and we think, oh well, the Cowboys did it with Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. We can do it. Oh, the Patriots did it with Mac Jones and Zach. We can do it. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. It just doesn't work that way. A new owner, yeah. That's kind of funny. Shouldn't we go after Chris Reed? We need to go after everybody under the sun, whoever's available. Like, oh my gosh, we had chances at a left tackle 2 years straight. We could have got Charles Leno Jr. We could have got Orlando Brown Jr. Both of those guys wanted to play the left tackle position, and they just wanted a new team. Look, why did we make that move? Charles Leno Jr. wanted to play for the Colts. Why didn't we go get him? Because Chris Ballard. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Just nasty work. Just nasty. it's just quite comical how we can just assume these things and just think, oh, well, since they do it, we can do it. Absolutely not. The fact that we scapegoated this man out of his starting QB position, it's just nasty work as a front office and as a team. Shouldn't allow that. Really shouldn't. But it is what it is at the end of the day. And it is what it is. Like I said, the Colts will probably win maybe 3 more games, 4 more games, and call it a season. I ain't even gonna stress about it. So y'all shouldn't either. Just go ahead and let's just all pray that the season over as fast as possible so we can go into next year and get our QB. That's if the Colts get a QB. That's the next question. Are the Colts going to sell the draft? Are the Colts going to sell the draft? My lord, because do you know how bad that would be if the Colts sell the draft when you can get a QB? Oh my god, man! Do you know how many fans? If they sell the draft, they got to drop the prices on these tickets, man. They got to drop the prices on these tickets if they sell the draft, because there's no way. There's no way. Like you got to get it done. This is the year to get a QB. This is the year. No more waiting. We've been waiting long enough. Like we're tired of the carousel. We're tired of the Jacobys, the Philip Walker Juniors, the Philip Rivers, the Jacobys. Again, I mentioned Sam Ehlinger, Matt Ryan, Brian Hoyer. We're tired of all of that. Josh Freeman. I don't want to see no more backups. Nick Foles. I don't want to see no more backups. I want to see next year a franchise quarterback. You got out the draft. 1 game behind a sorry Titans team. 10 games left. Oh, you make it sound so easy. You make it sound so easy. You make it sound so easy. Man, I wish the Colts would just lock in like that. Like they locked in on that Texans game week 1, huh? Yeah. Like the 2 Titans games. Like the Jaguars game. Yeah, just lock in like that. Now that they got a new quarterback, definitely looking to see how that's going to work out. Can they figure it out? Can they lock in with this new QB? Do y'all think Sam Elliott can beat the Titans or the Jaguars? Yeah, it sounds so easy. I know it's not easy just saying AFC South isn't good. I mean, that's not saying much. We're not good, but the Titans at least can know how to win a game. They know how to win a game at least. We don't know how to win games. We don't even know how to start a game. Like the Colts don't even know how to start a game. Not with our O line. Yeah, exactly. We have a. I think we will have like the 16th pick. Depends on how our record will know. We'll know next week. Exactly. We will definitely know next week. We will make the playoffs with Sam's going to win us 7 games. Oh my god, bro. Y'all are trolling. Like there's no way y'all believe this dude can win us to the playoffs. There's no way. Like we haven't even seen him take a snap in the NFL. And this is not me counting him out. I would like to see him just go play football. That's it. Just go play football. I'm not putting no game prediction. I'm not putting no record prediction. Just go play football because at the end of the year, you're not going to be the quarterback. Okay, there's going to be a guy in the draft. Next year that we're going to get when we're starting over. Like we're going to get a new head coach. Hopefully, we get a new GM. Like, we're gonna get a new quarterback. This is gonna be great. Hopefully, we trade away some assets, like all that money. Just get rid of it. We don't need it. Matt Ryan, just retire. Don't trade Matt Ryan because that's just cap penalty. There's no point in doing that. No point in trading Nick Foles because that's cap penalty too. You got two quarterbacks that you're not using, that you paid money for. I want to add, so that's just a waste of money. So go get rid of them. Just let both of them retire. Trade assets, start from scratch, and just move on. This it's time for a new regime. It's time for a new head coach, GM. It's time for all of that. It's over. I don't want to see no more Frank Reich. I mean, I wish you can get rid of Ballard. Get rid of. Oh, don't get me started on Jonathan Taylor. Don't get me started. Like I said, he had a good game last week. I think his snap counts was like 32, but only got like 16 snaps. But every time he got the snap, he averaged like 5 yards a carry. But the head coach, the head coach didn't use him. So hey, there you go. Have at it. He didn't even use the tight ends last game. The snap counts was crazy for the tight ends, but they only got one rep. They only got one catch. One tight end only got one catch out of all of those snap counts. That's disgusting. How are you supposed to win a game like that? And the first time we played the Titans, our starting tight end had two touchdowns. He only had one catch in the last meeting. Unacceptable. 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 Watch if Sam scores a TD in the first quarter, nobody's gonna complain. Of course not. Why would we complain? I mean, he scored. Why would we complain? Why would we complain? So, do we have a first this year? Last year was what if I with Wits? Yeah, they face each other on Sunday. I mean, they ain't gonna meet up. They ain't gonna meet up, so it don't matter. Look for optimism. No, personally, like I said, for Sam Ehlinger, you don't set standards for him. You just let him play. You just let him play. It's that simple. You just let him play. Do we give him a chance if he win next week? Who? Coach Frank? Absolutely not. I don't care how many games he win. He gotta go. He gotta go. Like, I don't care how many games he win. He gotta go. It's time to go, bro. It's time to go. Pack your bags, brother. It's time to go. He's been here for too long, and you can't even give me a division title. Nah, bro. Oh, you talking about Sam? I mean, Sam's starting for the rest of the year anyway, so it doesn't matter. He's starting for the rest of the year anyway. It doesn't matter what he does. All we need is somebody. Wait, what do you say? All we need is somebody to throw to, somebody open to be mobile. Again, facts be it's time to go. It's time to go, man. Nobody wants Frank right here anymore. Frank's a great person, you know. Like, he's a good guy. But you can't have that good. You got to get angry at least sometimes. You got to be angry at least once, just once. You can't keep making the same excuse every week. Oh, we just got outplayed. Like no, it can't do that. You can't do that. You can't keep saying that. How many times are you gonna say we got outplayed? What? How many times are you gonna say that? Like, okay, again, Sam Ehlinger, mobile quarterback, no film on regular season. Preseason, yeah, sure, but that's not film really. Like, this isn't the NFL. His arm strength isn't there all the way. So I don't know what we're expecting here. Like, his arm strength isn't all the way there. So I mean, I guess dink and dunk, escape the pocket. But again, we don't have an offensive line. So I feel like this is going to be a recurring issue, and Matt Ryan was scapegoated. So Frank Reich is not the coach for the Colts anymore. He's just not it. He's not it. It's just that simple. He's not it. Man, it seems like the last few years we all we have a solid, good bill of goods, and then it ends up fighting us in that. Hey, it is what it is. But like I said, the same issue is still in the building but we're not doing anything about that. We just, yeah, get rid of him. Oh, we need edge rush. Okay, get rid of that young corner that's developing. Send him to the Raiders and let him have a good year and get edge rush. And no, but let the edge rush not do nothing while he's here. Great. Like, I don't understand the mindset. I don't understand the mindset of the Colts. I just don't. We've been struggling since '06. Jesus Christ. That's a long time. Hold on now. That's a long time. Like I said, we haven't been good for a very long time. Might as well clean house. That's the campaign I'm going to clean. Sweep it. Sweep the whole house. Get everybody out. Sweep them all out. Just get them all out the building. Everybody. Get everybody out. The only person I want still here is Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr., Grover Stewart, DeForest Buckner. What other names are we thinking about? If Gilly wants to stay one more year, I give him a year. Isaiah Rogers Sr. We can keep our safeties because I like our safeties. Who else am I thinking about keeping? That's pretty much it. Am I missing somebody? Jonathan Taylor, I guess. Yeah, like I said, we can keep Gilly. I'm fine with that. But everybody else is like, they trade assets to me. They trade assets to me. There's something about QBs like Brady and Luck, things going his way and Matt's all out. Nobody knows if Sam's going to be good until we see him. Yeah, exactly. That's my mindset. That is my mindset. Nelson, what about him? Nelson is cooked. Nelson is cooked. I don't want to hear none of that. Nelson is cooked. Get him out. Pack him up and ship him away. Whoever wanted, you can have him. Send him to the highest bidder. He is gone. Gone. He is not helping the offensive line at all. He's gone. He is cooked. That back injury is still lingering till this day because these doctors still not giving us the correct answer what the problem is. I'm tired of these doctors. These doctors in Indy always taking a loophole. We didn't even know about Bobby Okereke's stitches until the game started. Like, what does this dude do with a big old bat in his hand wrapped up? I'm like, what is that? What is that? Oh, yeah, he had to get stitches. When did he get stitches? They don't tell us nothing in Indy. All these beat writers, nobody knew about this until the game started. And then all the reports started coming around. It's like, all right, bro. All right, there it is. And he still played good football. That's another person. Keep the linebacker group, too. Keep Zaire Franklin, EJ Speed, and Bobby Okereke. You can keep them, too. They play good football. It pains me to say this, but what do you think about if we can get for what do you think we can get for a banged up Leonard? Whatever you want. This defense is playing pretty fine without him. We're playing fine without him, so we don't need him. Like I say every week, it's like if he can sit out, sit him out. Sit him out. Do what you got to do. Sam Ehlinger season is here. Have no fear. Leonard can stay. If he can play, he can stay. Like, this dude ain't even seen the field yet. He's just sitting on the sideline. If he can play, he can stay. That's the motto. If he can play, he can stay. Everybody that I named can play. Everybody that I didn't name can't play, so they ain't staying. It's that simple. The team that's out there on the defensive side is balling out. It's just that simple, man. Like I said, I don't know what this regime is doing in Indy. Of course, they don't want to win. What up, Trev? You missed Leonard's takeaways, though. I mean, Bobby Okereke just had one of those. What do you think for trading for Aaron Rodgers or Lamar? For what? Why are we trading for these people? Like, why? Why are we trading for this talent if we don't have any offensive line? It's just a waste of money. Do we not understand? A waste of money. Why is it so hard to rebuild? Why? Are we winning the Super Bowl? No, we're not winning the Super Bowl. So just get it out of your brains and just rebuild. It's that simple. Just rebuild. Just rebuild. It's not hard. It's okay to accept that fact. We can still win games and be happy. But in the moral story, gotta rebuild. Sweep the house. Get the head coach out. The GM, if you want to get rid of him, get rid of him. We don't have a QB. We have Sam Ehlinger to hold us over until we get our real quarterback. Jim Irsay is why. It's crazy how much we have progressed. Yeah, I know, lunatic. I know, man. He's old and greedy. Like I said, this team has talent, but we just need to get everything put together. Everything has to get put together to be successful. We don't have those right now. We don't have those things. This is for sure a rebuild. I know. You start a third string over a second string. I find that comical. I find that comical. This is the first move for a rebuild, benching your starting QB. I said this. I said Matt Ryan has been scapegoated. And I mentioned it with this quote on the screen. When you mention the pick six and why the Colts lost, this quote on the screen is giving you a solid reason. It's a solid reason. Like, how do you not communicate with your QB? How do you not call a timeout? Doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. The math isn't mathing. The math isn't mathing. You feel bad for him? No, I mean he's getting some reps in. I mean he can build up his trade capital. Like if he plays good enough and another team wants him, have him. You can have him. Kenny can go. I agree. Our defense is fine, but we need to rebuild the offense. Exactly. There you go. There you go. Now we're thinking. This guy said trade for Rodgers after he signed a $100 billion extension, and he ain't even playing up to par. Aaron Rodgers ain't even playing up to par. Why would we trade for him? It's gonna be the same ghost issue. Somebody said send Matt Ryan to New Orleans. Hey, I ain't mad. They do need a quarterback. If we're not going to use him, trade Hines too. Trade them all. Trade them all. Bye. Trade them all. Because we're not. I mean, we're not using our players how we're supposed to use them, and this has a lot to do with the head coach. Let me pull up the snap count so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. Because I ain't just talking, man. Here it is. So, like I said, right here, Jonathan Taylor played 35 out of 64 offensive snaps and was barely used. How? How? How do you have Jonathan Taylor on the field in which he was producing when he got the football and you barely use him? That doesn't make sense. You got Brandon Faison who stinks. You gave him 14 snaps for no reason. Trade the team doctors? I agree. We should just need money. Yeah. The Colts have money every year for free agency, and we don't use it. Trade everyone, build your franchise roster around JT, fire the coaching staff, fire the GM. Bargain Ben Ballard for you. Yes, sir. So, yeah, so the most snaps, Dennis Kelly, Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, Braden Smith, Matt Ryan had 64 snaps, Michael Pittman Jr., Paris Campbell. Shout out to Paris Campbell. I'd keep him too if we could because he's been balling and he's staying healthy, so good for him. Who else didn't have a lot of snaps? Colin Granson only had 21 snaps. Jelani Woods only had 19 snaps. Danny Pinter had 3 snaps. Deion Jackson had 5 snaps, which is disgusting. Moving on down the list. Tight ends, Swarm, 37. Yeah, this fifth and sixth string tight end. Like, man. Marley Cox had 24 snaps. Hines had 24 snaps and barely was used. Marley Cox had 24 snaps, only got the ball once. Why draft Strong if we're not going to use it? Because Strong ain't ready. Strong is not ready. We need to get rid of that punter, too, while we're getting rid of our quarterback. Why is this punter still on the roster? Why is Matt Hack still on the roster? We getting rid of a quarterback before that punter is disgusting to me. I'm actually going to tweet that. moving the QB spot, or changing, let's say that, changing the QB or changing the punter, can I type? It's insane to me. Hashtag Colts, hashtag for the shoe. All right. There you have it. And kicker. Now the kicker did pretty fine. Yeah, he had one yesterday. I think he got like 2 or 3 touchdowns, something like that. I think he got like 2. I think he got 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Strong's been kind of mid, man. Strong's been mid. I think we hit the 1 hour mark too, by the way. Strong's been definitely mid. He had his chances to score and he smoked them. Burn it all down and plant some of your stars in the ashes. I'm so tired of this regime. Aren't we all? He has a weak leg though. I mean, he's making the field. He's the only one scoring on the opposite side of the football. So I would keep him. That's probably our only option to put up points is the kicker, McLaughlin. If Irsay fires Frank and Chris, he has to hit on the next regime. I agree. And if he doesn't hit on the next regime, he has to go. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. But it is what it is at the end of the day. We ain't going to stress over it. We're just going to laugh it off and keep it moving as a Colts fans. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is just a brief little update about the Colts benching Matt Ryan, start Sam Ehlinger. Hopefully, we'll see how this process turns out. But like I get it. I understand the change, but I don't think it's going to make a change. So we'll see how it goes. But I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you hadn't. Tune in. I got a video dropping tomorrow for sure about this as well. Comedy hour. Definitely laughable. Definitely laughable. Our kicker has been money from 50 or more. Yeah, I know. That's what I've been saying. The kicker is the only one that's putting up points. The kicker is the only one putting up points for us. In all honesty, he's the only one putting up points. I think he's the only one that knows how to score on this team, which is disgusting to think about. But hopefully they'll figure it out before we play the Commanders. If not, it's going to be a sad week. It's going to be a sad week to be a Colts fan. But again, appreciate you guys. Tune in. Video dropping tomorrow. I will holler at y'all later. Peace.